We're at day 2 of Home Gym Con. We've been filming for like 16 hours, still plenty to go. Yep. This place is wild. There's so much equipment. We're gonna miss people. Ignore the weird swaps of clothing. Yep. We've just been at this for a while. But as you can see, Rogue, ATX, Bell Steel, Rep Fitness, literally find a company that makes home gym equipment or gym equipment, they're probably here. We'll do our best to cover them. We're not gonna hit them all. It's impossible. We're trying, and I apologize if we miss anybody.
Yeah, and special thanks to Bell Steel for sponsoring the video, as well as our Patreons. Wouldn't be possible without you guys.
Let's get going.
We're here at ATX with Flo, and this is actually a German company. So what are you guys doing here?
It's the first time for us in the US. We flew in from Frankfurt on Monday night, assembled everything. Because yeah, we are not here for fun, not only for fun, we're also here for some business, and we're trying to enter and will enter the American market in the next 12 to 18 months and bring this equipment over.
As you guys can see, we're showing, this is a large booth. It might actually rival Rogue's in size, and they have a larger catalog than this, but we're gonna highlight some of the things that hopefully they're able to bring in the US, because as you'll see, there's a lot of attention to detail and little things that we don't often see from our product. So this is one of their belt squats, the compact version of it. So we have not really demoed and played with this stuff, maybe a little bit when they were here last night. But if you look, it just pops up, right? I can do my squat.
Great depth.
Was it good depth?
It was
That's
good.
most important.
Yeah.
But just, I mean, look at this, how this just locks in. Super quick. I don't have an awkward belt to mess with, but it's not their only belt squat.
No, we have a couple of belt squats. Here also maybe to mention that most of the equipment is equipped with resistance band packs.
Yep.
Which bring another strength curve into it.
And I noticed that on the other side. Good eyes, Flo, because I missed that. Do we want to move it this way?
Yeah, let's do it.
Where we want to go.
So they have a bunch of benches, which we know I'm interested in, but the most interesting part of the benches is the attachments. So leg extension, leg curl, but preacher pad, decline attachment, like a pec fly attachment, a different preacher curl. I mean, this is an ecosystem that we have everything in America for home gyms. We don't often see, like I haven't seen that, we don't often see that level of an ecosystem.
Yes.
Right? And they have racks and other things, and I don't want to gloss it over because, you know, there's just so much to go on, but if we spin it this way, you can see the safety squat bar.
Safety squat bars.
And actually, you want to explain to me the idea behind our...
This is basically a mix between a normal dumbbell and a kettlebell.
Okay. Are you going to give us a fancy...
It is rotating, and you can do a couple of things with it. For example, of course you can do push-ups.
Okay.
But you can also do the kettlebell stuff.
Oh,
and it lands very smooth on here. You can do perfectly isolated biceps curls.
And now he's talking my language.
Yeah.
And what I love most about it is when you do flies on a flat bench, because of the delta shape, it swings a bit and it goes really deep into it. It's a quite unique piece, not selling high. But we love it. We love the design, and sometimes it's just for the heart.
But just to show like a different way to hit things. So do you want to handle the belt squat while I look at benches and not do my job?
Sure. I have not looked at this at all, but so you might have to walk me through it, Flo.
All right, when you're now you grab it, pull it to yourself, and then you have the full range over here, and you can squat.
Wow.
Also here we have the resistance bands, which is no weight plates on it, but you should still feel it.
It's actually heavy without even plates on it. Like, it's not very heavy, but you can feel the resistance.
You can feel the resistance,
And you guys will notice there's a slight similarity to a Rogue Rhino, and we'll have to check some of the catalog to see prices and stuff. But just again, to see somebody trying, we don't have a lot of pulley-based, you know, belt squat systems in America. It's cool to see somebody else doing it. But I mentioned attention to detail before. So this is their GHD, but I have this little hand lever, I'm one finger, right, to adjust this.
Yeah.
But even, and Dan will throw a B-roll of this, if I pop this lever right here, an additional pad pops down, I can pop it back away. Like, just so many cool little touches we're not used to, right?
Yes, that's a very good way of explaining it.
I don't want to spend too much time on benches, but like, look at this, ready? To us, it'd be a ladder style bench, right? I can easily ratchet this up, or my foot pegged like an Ironmaster bench.
Yeah.
But we'll get a B-roll later to see like the laser engraving with the angles and the nicer touches. Just a different vinyl pad than what we're used to. And just an assortment of benches that everything's a little bit different, a little bit more unique. Flo, do we mind, can we steal you for a second for the lat pull down?
Yeah, no worries. Let me walk you through this one here quickly. So this is it's called Trinity Tower. Trinity because we have 3 basic exercises. Of course, we have the normal lat pull
Yep.
over here. And then a typical exercise, which a lot of bodybuilders do, are high rows. And then what you need to do is this patented one. You need to grab it down, adjust it in height, lay down, and you can do some high rows.
Whoa.
Okay.
This is so
And then you-
cool.
And
Pull it
it
up
looks
again.
like I can low row?
Yeah, exactly. Then you can put it this way. Then you can adjust it this way.
Foot plate.
Wow.
Grab your handles, and voila. You do low rows as well.
And we're not sitting on the ground. Congratulations, America. We're finally off the ground.
And then Flo, how are you gonna do shipping once you move to America?
When we go here, we do it through distributors as well, which then have stock on hand. And the bigger goal is that we have our own warehouse and own facilities over here and ship directly as a American-based company.
Wow.
So we really rushed through this one. There's a ton more, but if this is a company you want to see more of, let us know in the comments. We'll reach out because they've been very kind and generous with their time, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Nice
your time.
meeting you.
Thank you.
We're at Titan right now, and you can see, we're gonna get back to this, their new selectorized leg extension, leg curl. But there's a lot of stuff in this booth. We're gonna miss a few things, but a couple highlights. You can see their new roller J-cups with a pop pin snap in the back. These won our like budget award or value roller J-cups. I would never buy one cheaper than these, less expensive than these. These are very well done in the budget range, and they've really put some upgrades on this. UHMW, the pop pin. You can actually see over here when we look at their new bars, the old ones, and maybe see the contrast between them.
And look at these brand new collars. They spin. We'll show them, maybe we'll demo them a little bit later, but these are actually really nice. They
We'll
feel
demo
great. They have knurl.
See if we can get in trouble.
Yeah.
So those are pretty good, very easy to use.
Oh,
The
something
Squat
I'm
Max-
excited about is the squat max was dropped 3 inches, which would have been our only complaint, and mostly because of me being a measly 5'6".
So-
I couldn't get the full range.
In our reviews, we mentioned some shorter people, Winnie's short,
Yeah.
would have trouble at that lower range of motion, trying to get full range of motion. They've dropped that, and they're debating a lot of other things. They got some attachments, possibly put some holes in here, give it a little more versatility. So they're not quite done with the Squat Max, but I really liked that when it came out. So their new bars, you want to name them?
Easy, Medusa
She's
and
just
Poseidon.
reading it.
Yeah, but honestly, I really love this green, and we're gonna get it.
And we should mention a lot of stuff we're showing are prototype versions. So when we get to leg extension, leg curl, these are prototypes. The highlights is this new proprietary Cerakote thing that Titan's working on. It's got a kind of glimmer to it, like a shimmer shine.
It's like he's
I'm not an
underdoing
artist.
it. It's gorgeous.
These are beautiful.
Yeah.
We'll spin the sleeves and stuff. Now, again, prototypes, so they're not sure exactly what they're going to end up being, if they're going to be made in the US or somewhere else. They're still working that out.
Yeah.
But these end caps are
Yeah.
sick. The spin is phenomenal. They look good so far for something so early on. You want to kick the old?
Oh, the Lazy Susan is, how do I do it? Oh,
Give it a kick.
this is nice. And this has also all of their like heaviest bars on, so it's surprisingly easy to spin.
So I don't think I'm going to get in trouble for dropping these, but I just locked the collars on.
You're fine.
They're not saying anything to me. All right, so I just want to see, do they hold? Pretty good. I mean, give it a nice CrossFit drop. Hope they don't yell at us for that. Those are holding pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. But the reason people are probably watching is they want to see that leg extension, leg curl. So let's check that out before we get kicked out. Sorry,
Yeah.
mono lifts. Those were there, right?
Yeah, of course.
So let's run it back this way. See, they're smiling. They're not yelling
Yeah.
at us yet. So Winnie, do you want to hop on that thing?
Yeah.
So this is another prototype. We've talked to them. They're tweaking the range of motion. They've taken feedback from people here. They're making a heavier stack on it. I don't know what it's set to. I think it's 220 pounds.
I think
2 to
more
1
than
ratio.
that.
So
No, I'm kidding.
110. But yeah, more than that. But they're gonna beef this stack up. They're gonna work on the range of motion. So she's doing leg curls. She flips a couple pins, which we won't make her do on camera. You know what? Go and give it a shot.
No, it's not.
And it'll do leg
this is
extension. So
really
if this
easy
is
to
something you
move.
guys want to see us do reviews on, because we've seen leg extension, leg curls coming from Bells of Steel, from Bolt Fitness and others, I'd love to check this out. If you've seen the plate loaded one, this is way beefed up compared to this. This looks phenomenal for a prototype, and I'm glad to see they're not settling. You can adjust the back just by pulling this pop pin or pulling it out like you could on the Squat Max. They got the handles, nice padding. It feels pretty good for a prototype.
It's nice.
So, all right, let's go before they kick us out of here.
We're here with Exponent Edge with the most interesting bench I may have ever seen. And that's where I'm gonna hand it off.
So this unique aspect of this, as you can obviously tell, is you can, I got the pin on the, where'd they put it? Here it is, sorry, I'm backwards. They got a pin so you can lock this from flat to 90 degrees, and I'm just gonna put it 90 degrees because you already know what it's gonna do in flat. And I've actually never touched this before, so you can see how easy that is to do. But if I wanna do spider curls with a dumbbell, seal rows, I want to set this up. This is a prototype, by the way. So some of these things will get refined, but it's actually looks pretty good already. But if I wanna do seated overhead press, now my shoulders aren't restrained, or you could maybe put a dumbbell here, and I haven't tried this, but reach back to grab it. I don't know about you guys, when I'm taking my 200-pound dumbbells and I'm putting it over my head, it's a little difficult. But I'm not super creative, but I know you home gym users are, and this is something that's easy to adjust, and you could probably come up with a ton of ways to use this. And I should say at this point in the video, if there's anything you guys want us to cover, let us know in the comments. We're gonna miss stuff, so you see things in the backgrounds, just let us know because there's a lot going on.
So this is the infinity arm, and that's because there are literally an infinite amount of ways that you can change it.
So for example, there's a pop pin in the front for 18 different positions.
It's magnetic, so it's not that it's hard.
So this can be adjusted here. I don't know, I'm holding stuff. You're on your own here. I'm not being helpful at all.
Yeah.
This pop pin is your pivot pin. You can pull this out. I'm not gonna do it because it'll flip upside down and hit my wife on camera.
Yep.
But you can take this and put it into 3 different positions to raise or lower this, or flip the entire arm over, and then again, you now have even more positions. There's a ton. So think of like a Bell's Steel Zero pad or some other company's pad. I apologize to Bell's Steel, but with a lot more creativity and kind of limitless, infinite, if you will, possibilities.
And the arm's long enough that I don't think you're gonna run into having your face so close to the upright, which what everyone loves.
So this is the calf cup, I think just came out. This is a pair of their J cups, and we have not touched this stuff. So, you know, typical sandwich J cups, but they've got, and again, this is a prototype, they've got holes they've drilled into this so they can lock this in.
It's up high. Oh, there you go.
I can't see. And then a pin to lock it. And then if you wanted to do calf raises or something at home, this is not set up for me. We have never touched this before. But,
you sound like a magician.
But now you can see, no matter how stable or unstable I am, I'm locked in position, right?
Yep.
And if you're like me, I never train calves at home because I don't have a good way to do it. This is kind of brilliant.
Yeah, and this is the flex wedge,
They shout it off the side of the camera. So this is adjustable in 5-degree increments, I believe. And another kind of creative thing that you could come up with lots of ideas for, you know, close stance squats and other things like that.
Yeah, so a lot of unique things here. So if you, like we said, if you want us to review anything, let us know.
And thank you guys so much for your time and letting us get in your way.
Yeah. All right, we're at PRX and we've all been excited about some booths, but after coming here, I am so overwhelmed by the amount of innovation and different things that they have here. This is gonna be a full booth.
There's a lot packed in here. Do you wanna start with the halos?
Sure. And so for the first time ever on camera, I will adjust lever arms because I hate them.
So lever arms are very heavy.
So this is why I don't adjust them on camera.
All right, so that's just the safety pin. You don't actually, we don't ever use that, but there's her adjusting. Lever arms are inherently heavy, and these are gonna be heavy too because there's no adapters, right? You have all your locking positions on the side. I don't want to count that many numbers. There's a pop pin right here. You can spin it 90 degrees and this will articulate, right? So now it's a free movement. I don't want to hit my wife in the face. Or I turn it, that quarter turn again, I can actually see what I'm doing, and I can lock it in at any of those angles, right? So I can set that for you creative types, a lot of different movements, and then it moves pretty easy. So the Halo arms are looking fantastic. I don't know when they come out, but that will be coming soon. They fit 5/8 and 1-inch racks, but there's so much going on there, that's probably its own full video.
I know. And then this is the bully sled, which is in sort of an interesting formation right now. You want to tell them about that?
So it's a sled, but right now it's half in wheelbarrow, half in sled mode. So she can flip these pins around, and I guess she's gonna wheelbarrow it. because she
Yep.
just started setting it up on her own. But this, if I took these off, I could flip this back up to make it more of a traditional sled. I can move the weight horn. You can do a lot with this thing. She can load it up if she wants to.
Wow.
But just a good example of a little bit of some innovation and creativity on something that's been done before, but they're doing it a little differently. We'll fix that later. Do you just want to keep demoing all this stuff?
I do. I am at.
That
I
will be
really
coming out
like
soon.
this.
This is the Profile Pro Rack. We've seen this in a gym tour we did a long time ago. You can see how easy it is to fold it and out in a tiny space right here, right? But she's got Dan, are you gonna be able to step over all this stuff? So our cameraman may trip and fall when he doesn't clean it up. But that's a sick rack. I think we're gonna be doing a review on this because we wanna do some smaller space gym builds. Shouldn't have said that on camera. Now other people are gonna steal that, but that's okay. You're doing so great, honey. Why don't you handle this one as well?
So this is their full cage folding rack.
So you can see she just picked that up, right?
Yeah.
And there's some springs and stuff, I'm assuming assisting her. We have not really played around. They were nice enough to just let us do our thing, but that's a pretty good job. And
I'm not tall enough,
I don't know where the pin is.
but imagine that goes in.
Ooh, oh, back up right, here we go.
Now we have a full rack.
That's pretty easy. And she'll do the bench, which she didn't practice much, so let's see how this goes. Not bad.
Not bad.
So that's sliding and adjustable. You can see that's pretty easy for somebody who clearly hasn't done it too many times. You
Yes.
fold it back up. So
Of course.
a lot going on, and you can see we're skipping their storage, is stuff everywhere. That it's just we'd be here all day. This is they have some really unique colors and nice coating too.
And
like
this is
gray, but I always
honestly
like gray.
very easy to do. Like, I'm not a salesperson, but I am impressed by.
As Dan makes his way over, we're not quite done yet. They have the ripcord cable system. You can see this on their 6-post rack. There's a 5/8 rack, but it's plate loaded, but they also have it hooked up to this leg extension, leg curl. I apologize, don't remember the name of it, but this is set up for 5/8. They got the lap bar, leg extension, leg curl, so I can just stand here and curl.
Yeah,
How
why
much
don't you
weight's on
demo
this?
something?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was really glad that wasn't a lot of weight.
He's too blind to see the actual numbers
Or I
on
can
the
leg
plate.
extension. Obviously, it's set up. It's set up, right? Now, this is the plate-loaded version, but if you didn't want the rip cord, there's a weight horn that can go on this optional weight horn, so you don't have to have that cable system. But again, a ton going on, and this stuff is just really been pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
All right, let's keep this moving. We're gonna run out of time.
All right, we're here at Criterion with Bruce, and this was Adrian's, not exaggerating, favorite booth to come see. So that's why I'm introducing it, because I think he's gonna do a lot of talking, fanboying.
So as you can see, it's a curl bar, but it doesn't have to be used for just that. We'll make Winnie do some demos. But as I'm curling, I'm able to rotate and supinate through my natural movement. So it's taking some of that stress off your body. If you're like me and you curl everything, you're gonna wear down over time. So this is very smooth, right? I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. This is just naturally what my body would do. So this feels really good to me. Should have loaded up more with more plates there.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see they also have an attachment for cables. Now she's doing a push down, but you could use this for rows and literally limitless exercises. I think they had a run of them. Looks like they almost sold them out at the show.
Yep.
But I think Bruce is gonna be releasing these pretty soon, so we're hoping to get our hands on one and do a review, because this, to me, is kind of one of my favorite things here. Next up, we're at Bolt Fitness. Now, it's not a company we're particularly familiar with. They've been around for 10 years, just not something we cover a lot of, so we've mic'd up Oscar to make us not look as dumb as we normally make ourselves look.
Good luck, Oscar.
Oscar, what is this bad boy wet?
350 pounds.
I was gonna curl it, but I
And you
don't
can
warm
move it. If you can lift it a centimeter, you can take it home.
Oh, wow.
I'm coming
How are we
back
gonna
to
get this
that.
on the plane?
I don't want to do
That's
that.
how you guys.
There's a lot at this booth. This booth's insane. I don't know if Dan can see. Can you see all the way out? Like, this whole conference is insane, so we might have to just highlight some of this stuff. The Storm Series Gemini
Lateral raise.
lateral raise attachment. There's not enough weight for me to try this here, but this is one of their attachments that goes on their Storm Series 3x3 1-inch racks.
Yes, sir.
2-inch hole spacing. That's the Storm Series. And the Gemini are their sliding attachments. I haven't butchered your company too bad yet.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna humiliate myself by dropping this on my wife or something like that, because she's very pregnant.
Yes.
But they have the sliding, locking lever arms to different angles. But there's a third attachment that goes to this series so far.
Yeah, so we have a plate loaded, high row, low row. Pretty much on all of these, you can just detach it from here and swap it out, and you can take it off completely as well.
And that's that whole Gemini series.
Yes.
Wow. That's
So
great.
this is, I mean, if you guys see me tinkering with this, highly and easily adjustable. I haven't attempted this yet because with my luck, I'll break my foot.
Yeah, but it's great if you have two people working out who have very different wingspans, you know?
So we got your, I already forgot, Warlord. There's so much going on.
Warlord.
The Warlord.
Also, all these names are very interesting.
But I do like the names. Not that I don't like 4,000, 4,100, and 5,200
Yes.
things I forget. I'm not familiar with them.
What about the Titan 1, the Titan 2?
Titan series,
Yeah,
Titan series,
yeah.
Titan series, yeah. So this is one of, there's multiple all-in-one rack systems. And we were just talking, so the base purchase is essentially the functional trainer with the 4-post, this front, and a lot of these attachments are included, right?
Yes, so it's going to include the spot arms, stabilizers for safety, neutral grip pull-up bar, 8 playpins, and the regular handles, not these. These are the,
These mammoths,
we call it the chop handles.
Okay, and then the Smith machine add-on it's an add-on.
Yes, so this is an add-on that you can add on to pretty much any rack as long as you have 1 inch.
Pretty smooth.
And it does come with a foot plate as well if you want to do leg press.
Oh,
So you
wow.
just attach it here.
So you guys have a heck of an ecosystem going on.
Yeah.
I got myself in quite a, here we go.
Yeah, this is all like a Lego set built on as.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
and
you
you
go.
can see like with that, maybe hopefully we'll get a shot earlier on of just so much going on. So benches are one of, I can't say my thing because I have too many things now.
Yes.
But this one caught my attention, not for the zero gap, but it does have a zero gap feature, but there's a leg extension, leg curl, but you were mentioning it had, more interestingly, a preacher curl attachment,
A preacher curl.
which
and
we
a-
don't have right now.
And a leg hold down so you can do abdominal crunches.
So you can decline and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the cool
That's
thing
pretty
about
sick.
this one real quick is that you can fully adjust it as well for different lengths.
That is
Nice,
nice
yeah.
because as people know, and you got multiple adjustment points,
And if you
which
want
you
to
don't
storage
always
it,
see.
you just stand it.
As people
Yeah.
know, Winnie and I aren't the same size. She's much stronger than me. So with some of these systems, it's hard to adjust them, and then we just don't use them, right?
Yeah.
You spend money on a piece of equipment and you just don't use it. That's a nice Venom adjustable bench.
All right, and now we have the Raider, which has the largest seat I've ever seen.
I don't want to say anything that's going to get me in trouble, but Winnie, why don't you try that one out?
This is very nice. This is a lot of weight. I'm
So
pretending like it
another-
isn't.
A lot of adjustments. Again, I don't know if you guys can see the pop pins here, but there for height as well, which is a nice touch.
You can also adjust it from the back wrist. So
Oh.
if you're too up front, you can adjust it from here.
And then what do we got? Is there another adjustment?
Yes, and then you can make it into a prone.
This is more
Very
adjustable than
simple.
like my desk chair.
Oh. This is why we brought Oscar, because we had no idea
Yeah.
what we're doing.
So now
and he
you have
knows
a
all the
prone.
tips and tricks.
You can hit different angles.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's nice.
that's really cool.
I'm glad that we have you here.
All right, and then what's this way in the corner, Oscar?
That one is the Alpha. That is our most compact version of the all-in-ones. So it's gonna have a Smith machine as well, free weight rack, any functional trainer, and as well, it comes with all the attachments you see on it.
And all this stuff is 11 gauge steel, it looks like.
Yes.
So I mean, all of it's gonna be pretty solid.
Yeah, this is very compact.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't-
impressed.
We'll get a B-roll in there. I don't know, or we'll forget because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
This is pretty small. The plate storage is off the back.
Yeah, you can. It kind of has a V shape, so you can put it in a corner as well if you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, if
very
you're
cool.
looking for something that does a lot, this is something I would check out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, thank you very much
Thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much for your time.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that
nice
was
to
probably
meet
a
you.
wild
Yeah.
ride for you.
We came all the way to French Lick, Indiana to meet another couple from Connecticut. And this is Freedom 6, the dumbbell system. And it's something super unique that is better demoed than explained.
So I'll demo it and
Yeah.
she can kind of explain things.
Basically, the idea of it is this is, a safe way to use your dumbbells to bench and other exercises. But, so we lifted it off.
We haven't set this up at all.
No.
We just walked over here
Yeah.
and tried it out.
And you notice the outrigger is holding the dumbbell in place, but he's still got his hand touching the dumbbell.
And that's a good point because there are
The
other
dumbbell.
dumbbell systems where it's messing with your grip. This
Yeah.
is all me.
And so this is also a prototype. So things will change and adapt while they're trying to work through patents and manufacturing,
If
things
I
like
fail,
that.
which I never would,
Yeah.
right? Let's say I fail, I get to go to max.
Unless it's planned, right?
Unless it's, I planned
Yeah.
that. Now I'm gonna fail on purpose, right? There's my fail. I went to every bit of energy I had. I'm perfectly safe. And then this might be best demoed by him, but there's modular aspects of this. All this stuff can be moved, removed. You don't have to buy it all at once. So you can see he's swinging those over. He pulls a pop pin, he puts it there on the shelf. And we'll show you as he does that, the mechanism is a spring mechanism that locks onto the dumbbell, keeping it pretty well balanced and, more importantly, out of the way of your grip. And it can be set different ways. You don't have to have all this stuff. You can throw these on some
Safeties?
some spotters, your pin safeties, and configure it in different ways. So it's pretty cool prototype of like a modular system that, I mean, I'd never come up with it, so I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but if you guys are interested in it, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we also like is Michael does dips off of these bars.
Yeah,
So
can we make him hang on it again?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Let's
He
see
gave
it.
a little hang demo? I mean, those
That's
aren't going anywhere.
confidence.
Those aren't
Yeah.
going anywhere. Very, very stable. Well, thank you so much. It's a pretty cool system.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time and the opportunity.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Good luck.
All right, we're here at another American-made booth, and this is the Phoenix rack, and this is a folding rack.
The booth being bridge built, by the way.
Bridge built. And I will now seamlessly show
She hasn't
how you
practiced
fold
this.
it up.
That's legitimate. So while she's doing that, or she's gonna do really well, these are the BFJs, they're combo roller sandwich J-cups. I absolutely love these. Wow, she's doing a pretty good job there. That's legit. Pat showed her how to do it once, and that's
Yeah.
it. So they've updated the
It's
hardware
very
so it doesn't
easy.
stick out, but these are my favorite J-cups. I have the Irwin rollers as well, but they've updated those. Do you wanna grab a bulletproof plate? Just because
I
these
do.
are sick. Have you ever seen these plates? And this is a good, I thought you were going for the 45.
No, I'm not. I'm
Is
not
it scratched
stupid.
up or scuffed a little bit? So these are a year old, right? These are their bulletproof plates. And me personally, like my Rogue Deep Dish and stuff, I like when they get beat up, but if you don't like it, they can get new covers for it. These are some of the sickest, most unique plates, but they've got a lot going on, a lot of creativity. So I'll
This-
handle the multi-grip.
Yeah,
You
I
handle
think
it?
it's more your thing.
I'll demo it, right? So a different take on a multi-grip bar. This bolts onto an existing barbell. These are clever built handles, but they're gonna have angled handles. You can see various sets of holes on this prototype, but you can set these wherever you want, where it's comfortable for you, right? You bolt this thing on, it actually pops off. I
And
haven't
with
really
bridge
tried
build,
this.
you don't need to worry about damaging things because they have the attention to detail is insane. There's plastic lining where it clips onto your bar. You don't need to worry about your knurl. Basically, any way that something could get damaged, they've found a way around it.
Do I have to keep pressing or are you done talking?
I'm done talking. But
Feels pretty good. But
Yeah.
think about it. You look at a Kabuki Cadillac bar from Rogue, it's over $500. I think this is like half that. Don't quote me on that. The
And
balance
this
is gonna be a
is
little
a
different.
cable attachment too.
Oh yeah, and you can pop this off. I think he said it weighs 16 pounds.
16,
Throw this
yep.
on your cable attachment, switch handles. I'm lost already. Let's go over to the Omni system, I guess. Their Omni system. So if you've seen the original Omni trolley
Cable
system,
machine, yeah, trolley.
right? That's the original. But they've got this new swivel pulley system coming out. I don't think it's quite out yet, but somebody stole my cable. But imagine this was hooked up. We could show it over there.
Yeah.
Pretty cool because you can do a lot more with that. Now that's gonna move naturally with you.
And this is completely removable without any tools.
And it's
So-
pretty sick, but I don't
yeah.
want to embarrass myself anymore today, so we'll show that
I know.
while we're laughing right now in a B-roll. So, also with the Omni, they're coming out with this belt squat. Go for it.
Yeah.
This belt squat attachment. Now, I know we look incompetent, and we are
Yes.
incompetent, but we don't actually practice this stuff before we come on. We kind of
right.
wing it. So, there's the Omni. Oh, she's stealing it. She could just put this up here, right? But she holds onto the trolley, and she can belt squat. That's a pretty good depth for
Yeah.
a wild guess there. Did you adjust that belt?
Nope.
Or you just winged it? So you can see
All right.
the versatility, the power of these systems, but I think what we've probably under pushed on Bridge Belt is just the quality.
I put it through.
Unless you see this stuff in person, you will not understand how premium this is. The touches, everything from the hardware, it's insane. I mean, a good example is, look at this landmine. This is the most over-the-top badass thing I've ever seen. And the finishes, we have some of their reds and other truck, I think it's Fire Truck Red or
Yeah.
stuff. The finishes are out of this world.
And the customization options are endless. So this is a company that you can really work with and get exactly what you want.
But the most exciting thing here, or the coolest thing I think,
Yeah, give us a demo.
this.
Give us a demo.
can I get on that?
This is a little guy rack.
It's obviously not, like I'm bigger, this is like normal size. Could you imagine?
But this is also the color like rack I want. So when you see this reds and grays,
The cutest thing in the world. I kind of want it. Oh my
And it's
God, it folds
foldable.
up. It's a Phoenix. That's
I should have
awesome.
folded this one instead of the other
You
one.
should have. All right, let's get this moving. This booth is awesome. We are over at Solidbar Fitness, which might not be a company you know a lot about, but they've been manufacturing things behind the scenes for almost 40 years. So when you buy a barbell, there's a solid chance it comes from Solidbar Fitness. But they are also the exclusive distributor and manufacturer of things like the Mars bar. So here's your Mars bar with the new padding, and we'll throw some B-rolls in here. And there's the original version over there that weighs 65 pounds, and Winnie will she'll just do a demo while I talk.
Of course.
This is a 65-pound bar, incredibly well balanced. We've actually talked with Zach Mars at the Arnold last year. But you can see her using this with the new foam pad.
It feels just the same as the old one.
Oh, she's almost missed it. We
Thank
got
you.
it, Peter.
Yeah.
Peter Keller from French
the
Sport coming
rescue.
to the rescue because the husband is worthless.
Yeah.
But this new pad is split, so if something were to happen, this is a really comfortable pad. You pop it off, you get a new one on. This is the original 65-pound bar.
And
this one
is the new 35-pound bar version, which I think was a phenomenal idea. Because this bar is great if you're trying to rehab, but if you have that injury, a 65-pound bar might be too heavy for you.
or if you just don't want such a large bar. This
Yeah.
has the original pad, and you can see the difference there, how they've innovated, and you can remove it rather than this that's
Stuck
formed
there,
on there.
yeah.
But they do a lot and behind the scenes and other stuff. But we're gonna have to keep this thing rolling, or we're gonna miss a lot of other people.
We are here at the Ironmaster bench, which so far has been the oldest company at 46 years of continuous production. And right here we have the IM 2000, which I
does
knew.
it say on the side?
It does.
You're such a cheater.
And Adrian's gonna demo their lever belt squat.
So this is our belt squat on the Smith, right? This is a Smith machine. I'm just rotating this bar out of the way, the safety catch, right? And I can belt squat. But that's not all this does. This is, I'm hooked in. It is a low row. If this, you can spin this out. Go ahead, Winnie.
All right.
Just swivel it out because I'm still strapped in.
Yeah.
So there's belt squat. I'm sorry, that's the low row. I can pull the cable, right? I can lat pull down. One of the highlights I would say of Ironmaster, besides their history, 46 years is absurd in this industry, is their ecosystem. So this has a pec deck attachment and a lot of other attachments. So if you're familiar with the Superbench Pro, the Superbench, right? We've done reviews on both of those. They have an absurd amount of attachments.
Yeah.
So there's the preacher curl, right? Your decline. I guess we'll wait for the cable tower, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But that's what they're known for, just attachments to build on what they've already done, right? You make a good product, you keep building on it and refining it, and that's kind of why we like Ironmaster so much.
So we have one example of that. This is their loadable kettlebell, and this is the new lighter version, which is great, and it uses the same plate as their dumbbells. Now, something I was really impressed with is this lat pull down.
Wait, you gotta lift the 180 first. If you guys
I'll
are
do it
familiar
off
with the
camera. I don't
if
wanna
you guys are
embarrass
familiar with the
anyone.
quick locks to go up to 180 pounds,
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the different weight increments. That's a heavy, very durable. You don't want to lift it?
No, I'm all right.
She doesn't want
I'm
to show
all right.
off.
Yeah. So this is their
Cable tower.
Yeah, cable tower. But they use their own loadable dumbbells in it. You can use other dumbbells, but I just want to again emphasize how it's one ecosystem. You don't need to buy a million things, and it's future-proof. If you get stronger, like Adrian will demonstrate.
Am I supposed to pull it?
Yeah, you can just add on. And I think that's really impressive.
And this attaches to the Superbench again, and
Yes.
you can see that ecosystem. There's that Superbench, storage
Tree,
system with
yeah.
all the different attachments. They've figured out how to get everything to attach to each other. So this doesn't have to be here. You got a Superbench, you pop your Superbench in here, now you're lat pulling on your nice bench that you already own.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. All right, we gotta
pretty
keep this
cool.
thing moving.
All right.
This music's getting crazy.
All right, we're here at the Body Solid booth with the
GPR 400.
GPR. Yep, and so this has a lot of cool things going on, but the most exciting to me at least is the cable system they have.
So people ask about all the time, notice that this bench that they've set, it's just hooking into their low row, right? So you can lat pull down
Yeah.
low row on this, which they have a cable system, which is, it's very clever. I don't know why
It's
nobody
very
else has done
clever,
this
but
before.
very simple.
Right? So
Yeah.
you can now do my leg extension, leg curls off the bench,
Yeah.
right? And this would work theoretically with other people's low rows because they're all low
It's
like
just the
this.
cable. And then this, you can switch out the bench if you wanted to do a rower instead. the same idea. Super simple.
If you're not familiar with Body Solid, they have an enormous catalog, but this is like their value brand. This is lower at, I think, 80 inches or so for, you know, your basement dwellers. I love the hammers and stuff going off in the background, but they do have a much larger catalog of higher quality. This is 3x3 5/8, that's 3x3 5/8. You can see taller. There goes the hammers again. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but there's just a massive catalog of attachments and things they have, like their lever belt squat, right?
Yeah.
Right, with a built-in kickstand.
These attachments would work on the home gym line. So you can see how they have a lot to offer.
I hope I'm not pushing Winnie too far through this, but this is the kind of company, like, I've looked them up online and we've talked about working together, but the catalog's so huge, it's hard to know what to get. So this is a compact leg press, right?
That's super cool.
This is very small footprint. Just to show you, I mean, the rowers, the attachments, the benches. That hammer is killing me right now. But like the storage off the back of the rack, this is all stuff we see companies doing now, but Body Solid has this massive catalog where they've kind of been doing a lot of stuff before. So maybe if you're interested, let us know. It's a company we can check more out of.
Yeah. All right, we're here with Brian from Wait It Out, and he's debuting some really interesting stuff. Most importantly, these ultra thin urethane coated bumpers, which, as you can see, this can't be more than 1.5 inches.
1.3. That's got to be the record by quite a bit.
Yeah, so we weren't able to cut these in half only because they didn't exist yet. We'll quickly remedy that.
So,
you want to try them out?
Yeah, well, actually, Brian said I could, and I quote,
throw them in the
sky. Wow.
They don't bounce.
They do not bounce.
Yeah.
And they are obviously pretty durable.
So they also have over
Sorry
here.
for the people that just got that shot.
They also have over here the revolver, which is used to micro load your plate. But I heard from a little birdie that they might make one that's bigger to macro load your bar.
In Winnie's defense, we're about 20 hours into filming here.
Yes, we are at the end. We made them not pack up so that we were able to showcase them and the next booth because we were so impressed by what they had to offer.
The show is starting to end, and we ran over and forced them to stop packing up.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate your time. We won't take too much more of it.
Yeah.
So, and they have lots of other really thin weight plates, other stuff, dumbbell plates, but we'll throw some B-rolls in because we want to let them eventually pack up. Oh, and I am walking behind bars. So this is Black Widow. Dean, the owner, he's over there. He doesn't want to be a camera.
No.
And that's fine. But why he is here is because I was passionate about getting him into this video. And no joke, he was packing stuff up and I was like, can you please wait a few minutes?
As you can see.
Very courteous and kind. He makes a lot of stuff and a lot of custom stuff. So people in the community, once they get something from Black Widow, they absolutely love it. Because, for example, he built this cable attachment, this functional trainer, for the show. He just wanted to bring something cool to the show. This is the only one. Don't be looking at that purple. Don't be looking at that purple.
It's a pretty color.
All kinds of bars, attachments, but he'll make all kinds of custom stuff and very well known in the community for it he's not price gouging you. So like these brackets, somebody wanted them, he made this bracket for somebody. Yeah. Do you want to test that as SSB?
I should. Is this the 33-pound one?
This is a 35-pound one. There's a 45-pound one as well.
It's so light.
Sold to a lot of colleges and other places. The dumbbell spotters, a lot of this stuff came, and if you're really in tune with the community, you look around, you'll see a lot of people's products. It came from people saying like, hey Dean, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And he's building all this crazy custom stuff.
And we can't underestimate the craftsmanship. Everything here, the welds are smooth, clean, the coatings are, the vibrancy of this purple, I hope the camera's picking it up. I wish it was almost a greenish color.
Yeah, it's not green, but a lot of cool stuff that he's made over time, and just honestly, one of the best people I've seen in the community, and I think he really deserves that shout out on camera. Thank you so much for everybody who allowed us to record, and I apologize. I'm really sorry if I reached out to everybody. There's like 80 booths. I couldn't get to them all, so I'm sorry if we cut some out, but please, if you want us to cover stuff in the future, let us know. Seriously, sorry, but we're 20 hours in, and pregnant Winnie does eventually want to go home.
Yeah, he's blaming me, but also it is me. I want to go home. All right, see you guys next time. Thank you so much for the support, especially from our Patreons and Bells of Steels. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.